Oh, this meeting is being live streamed. Everyone sit up in your chairs. All right. So basically, it's the same process over here. And you don't have to be limited by what's working and what's not working. But in this group trip planning application, what features would you like to see personally?
I want to see a
Go ahead. You can say it, I'll type it, or just type it yourself.
I would like to see a dashboard and like progress of like a dashboard of a task, right? But then see everyone who's on the trip and see like a gauge or like a something to say if they've accomplished the task or not.
I was
Mm.
thinking,
Oh yeah, like a status bar. Like how close are you to finishing this?
Wait, what are we? We're doing tasks on trips.
Well, it's like the task you have to take to like actually go to the trip. Like, did you um buy your ticket? Did you book your hotel? Did
Mm.
you know, and then like if there's any other activities that require tickets along the trip, like did you set that up? Did you pay for that?
especially if it's like international and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Visas.
Oh, this is a genius app. Now I'm thinking about it. Why doesn't it exist?
I don't know. What if it exists and like whoever made it just didn't market it towards millennials without children?
You might be right. Actually, I'm going to search in the App Store.
Yeah, I just picked up my phone. I'm like, let me see.
Cause like, oh my god, the light.
I'm going to Morocco. Me.
Okay. I think I fixed my lighting finally. I look professional ish.
Yeah. So I'm seeing mobility. Oh, that's also what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to like compare it to existing solutions.
Yeah. I mean, we got here naturally at the perfect step. It's almost like the design process is more human centered than we thought. Or we're just really great at faking it. Either one. Maybe all of the above.
Wanderlog seems like the closest thing.
Does
Yeah.
it. Mm.
Well,
Not me downloading it.
It could be useful, honestly. Um, but I think I think we're highlighting some really great things here. Since we're doing a little break and doing some research, I think this would be a great time to do another promo.
Mm.
Um, so, like we said before, Tech by Choice is helping people, especially marginalized communities, have a good time in tech. There has been a new boom in tech, and it's called Web3. It's really confusing, and no one really has a clear definition on what Web3 is, and that's okay because we're figuring it out together. One of the things that we're doing with the community is helping everyone understand a little bit more about what Web3 is and what it means, and how people can navigate this space in a way that, like, best supports us. And a part of that is helping people understand like NFTs and how to launch a project and the art and the tech and how they connect together. So we have created a NFT project called Community. It's a 3,333 digitally hand drawn pieces of art that are going to be dropping on Solana and maybe Ethereum Not in late March because that has passed, but instead it's going to be late spring. 10% of all sales will be donated to Tech by Choice, and it's going to help us kick off our boot camp, kick off a scholarship that we call the Black Tax Fund. So we know that marginalized groups, especially Black people, because of the wealth gap, have to deal with a little bit more of a financial burden than others. So we are creating a scholarship to help people offset that burden so they can feel the full effects of a six-figure salary in tech and just make things a little bit easier. For those of us who are here today, as long as you RSVP through Eventbrite, you will be emailed a special promo code. So you will get access to this NFT project for free. Yep, for free. You might be saying, like, why would you care? Why is this important? And all of that good stuff. But there are going to be some utility tied in with this project. Some of it we've let people know. You'll get access to all of our events for free. You'll get our coloring book for free that we created last year. You'll get access to our Tech by Choice galas, which are our really big parties and fundraisers. You'll be helping support the community and some other stuff that we haven't announced yet, but it's going to be lots of good stuff happening within this project. Some examples of the art can be found on the Twitter page, which, if I was thinking correctly, I would just click the link and it'll take us to the Twitter page. So you can see what this art will look like once Twitter loads. But here's an example of what the art will look like. There's going to be 3,000 of these pieces. They're mimicked after the different types of people we actually see in our community. And it's a really great representation of what we think tech could look like, what we think community can look like. And they're all drinking tea because tea is super chill and it really matches our vibe. We like to have fun, learn, play, and enjoy together. So yeah, I will be dropping some links about this in the chat so you can read more. But again, everyone who's joined today, I have your email and we'll be sending you a promo code so you can get a free NFT for joining us. And that's promo number 2. Look at me go. I'm killing it with marketing today. Yeah. But yeah. So after we did a little bit of research about the project, about the themes that are out there, what are we feeling? Like, what are some of the features that we should be adding to our new app for today?
And someone mentioned earlier, oops, sorry, my kid. Someone mentioned earlier about progress tracker.
Please don't apologize about your little one. They are fully welcome to enjoy their lives and be loud.
Tracker. I'm going to add that. Thank you, Alana. No plan B, alternatives. So,
in-app messaging.
Ooh.
yes,
We should have an option to chat.
that is true.
Sorry. I'm getting coupons through ads.
Ooh,
Like it's the early 2000s.
I have an idea about like splitting costs and tracking them. Like sometimes someone will just pay for everything with their credit card or something. Or like Ubers, like keeping up with that back and forth sometimes could be a lot.
I like that idea.
Like money tracker or
Yeah, like I guess you could set up a trip and like whoever wants to get the points on their credit card or whatever would be the holder, and then do an automatic split between everyone else. You know, if we made this a Web3 integration, we could just spin up a smart contract and then in the smart contract have everyone's wallets listed and the percentages of all the splits. And anytime any payment comes through, it automatically is done and we wouldn't even have to think about it. I like this app. Look at us go. Not only are we building something to support ourselves, we're flexing our knowledge about Web3, what it means, and how we can use it in the real world and not just, you know, in the metaverse or whatever.
What exactly is Web3?
So Web3 is supposed to be like the next iteration of the internet. So the best way to understand this is to know that Web 1 is the creation of the internet. It's just like forums and things that they had like in the early 90s. It wasn't that great, didn't do much. Then we got Web 2.0, which is basically kind of ruled by Google. And then we had all of those social media sites and people got paid for the content that they created. Web 2 is like everything that we interact with today. Web 3 is supposed to be the next iteration of the internet, and a lot of it is supposed to be powered by the blockchain. So instead of having a single website that has a database, we're supposed to be using the blockchain to put everything on a universal database, making it easier for people to share information, access information, and it's not going to be, it's limited to restriction and censorship. And so the main thing or the main tech behind Web3 are smart contracts. And these are contracts that tell people, people come up with like rules and it will automatically execute. And it's usually tied around cryptocurrency, usually Ethereum. So in this idea, it's a really great example to explain how we could use Web3 is we would create a smart contract, which is just a list of rules that say, hey, anytime that this person makes a purchase, everyone on the list that's on the trip will have to split it equally and do a percentage. So we could set something up in an ideal role. So every time that card gets swiped, the payment from everyone else would automatically be split and go back to that person. And there would be no need for us to do anything in between. It would just work because we created that contract. And we can say like at this date, this is when it's over, contract is no longer working, the trip is over. So when that person swipes their card again, no more executing, no more splitting.
Well, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Probably the future. Probably. Not probably. Most or like 100% the future. The Web3.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's cool. I think some of the use cases that a lot of people are building right now are very isolated to just like supporting the current ecosystem. But once we start building out stuff like this, I think it's going to be super cool because look, we already found a solution to make payments easier for while we're traveling. I completely derailed this conversation. I'm sorry. Where are we?
No, it was good. Thank you.
No worries. And I do see that someone has just joined. Mary did. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining, Mary.
And I would like to add one more thing to this. I would like to add like a virtual, like I'm not to add, like I would suggest like a virtual travel itinerary with checkpoints, maybe.
I like that. What is that? What I'm currently doing right now is I am trying to group the information. So once we have all these features and stuff, the next step I usually try to take is to group it so that we can figure out what are the main features and orient the app in some way. So this is That's all I'm doing. So I'm trying to group things that are similar together. Event alternatives, doing a trip, coupons. I don't, this is probably doing recommendations, slides. So I just feel like the different type of recommendations you could get. That's what I was thinking here. Excursions, I like that. Event integrations. What
Another one.
this is the same.
What about reminders? Like, I don't know.
Yes, that is a good thing we need. Nothing will happen during the trip at all points, right?
Can I share the photo for this event on my portfolio? Like the photo that I received in the email, event photo.
Yeah.
Yes, please share.
And also I will, do you have Instagram?
We do have Instagram. Our handle is techbychoice.org. Wait a minute. I should know this. I actually don't
Tech
have
by,
Instagram.
yes, Tech by Choice, Tech by Choice. I just added you. I'm a TED designer. This is my username.
Okay, awesome. I forgot that we have IG. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop that into the Zoom chat. But no, Mary, you are here. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Let me go ahead and take some time to get you up to speed with what's going on. Not quite sure if you're in a space where you can come off mute, but if you can, that's cool. If you can't, that's also cool because we have chat. So yeah. Let me drop the link to Instagram and then I will fill you in on what's happening. So currently you can see that I'm sharing my screen and we're going through this process of coming up with different features and skill and themes that we're going to use to build out our app. I'm going to drop a link to this Figma file in the chat so you can have access to this. And I'm going to take a second to walk through what's going on. So for today's session, we wanted to have a little bit of fun and come up with a design flow to help us understand what it's like to build out a product and go through a design sprint, but make it fun, right? So we came up with a couple ideas and we picked group trips. Is you going for real? So that is our design challenge for today. We don't have, the constraints for today is that it has to work on mobile. So we went through the steps of coming up with a problem statement and we realized that the biggest issue with this is making sure that friends are on the same page. We are able to know everyone's availability, their timing, their budget, and communication. And when you're dealing with all of this with a large group of people, we typically feel overwhelmed. And so we're trying to build an app that will help us remove this. And as we're building, we're trying to keep our users in mind. We quickly created a very rough in the works persona, which I think is a great reflection of humans. As the great Will Smith said, we are all works in progress. Why am I who I am? I don't know, but this is my mind and this is how it works. So for our persona, we said we're building for childless millennials. I feel like that could be a meme within itself. that like spending money on experiences versus things, and their their motivation to use this app is because they have flaky friends. We went through the steps of trying to figure out what's working and what's not working. We found out that we use a number of different themes to find events and connect with friends: TikTok, LinkedIn, Eventbrite, iMessage, group chat. But things that are working, not working, is the fact that there's no really easy, laid back way to do this. Communication is really tough. We're working in Excel sheets, which suck. And there's no like real hub for all the information to sit there. And so now we're at the stage of brainstorming features. And yeah, I'm not even quite sure. Oh, there you go, Mary. Sorry, I'll stop talking and let you speak.
It's all good. Thank you so much for keeping me up to speed with everything.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. So Hope, I have lost track of where we are.
Yes, so we were at the point where we had brainstormed a bunch of features, and now we're trying to figure out how we can group these features into similar ideas or concepts. So, I mean, just looking at the different things, I realized that there's like 3 parts to the trip. So essentially, there's pre-trip decisions, there's during the trip, and then there's post-trip. And we kind of have reminders and collaboration going throughout and in-app messaging. So it's like you're trying to make these decisions as a team, go through the different checkpoints as a team, and then complete the trip. So in terms of pre-trip decisions, we have like a dashboard that, I don't know. So like pre-trip, you're trying to figure out where you're going. Can this person actually contribute? Or do they have the funds? Are they ready? And so then maybe there's like deadlines around that. And then once you have that, then it's like the main money holder thing that you suggested. Or like, oh, maybe one person's paying for the whole thing. Or you just set up your cost structure and like, oh, this is just be figured out at the end. And then really I saw the 2 paths, or 3 paths actually. So at this point, it's like you kind of know you want to go on a trip and you want to figure out where, and maybe there's some things you want to do. So maybe you can do the hard work and find all those events via like discovery in the app, or we have pre-packaged trips maybe to a location, or for like the highest packaged, like you can hire a trip planner for a cost that will figure out all this stuff for you. I just thought that would be nice. We did, because we came with teachers. Then during the trip, the question is, what's happening? And so we have a virtual travel itinerary with checkpoints. And if something doesn't go right, there are event alternatives that are probably populated from here. And I guess these event integrations would go like so. And so all the while you're checking things off, getting reminders when things are happening, enjoying your trip, because this is just like a seamless logistical structure in the background that will just tell you where to go to next and not really have to think, because all the work has been done up front to ensure you have a great trip. And at that point, you're done with the trip and you just split costs and you prepare for your next trip. So the question we ask now is usually, which features are most integral to this app? Because we do have 45 to maybe an hour more of this. And so we want to focus on working on the features that are most unique or preferred by the people here. So similar to what we did before, we're going to take 3 of these dots and vote on, I guess, 3 of the sections that you think are most helpful. So, or that we want to work on. So I guess this is like 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. I guess this is one big thing. 7, 8, and I guess, yeah. How about, I'll give everyone 4 dots. about that. Because usually you have like 4 main features that get built. So copy, paste. Hi. So like if you're using this app, which ones do you definitely need in the app in order for you to be happy?
Wait, you said usually only 4 main features get built?
Oh, so if you look at our previous work on the left in the different pages, you'll see that it's kind of hard to build an entire app in 2 hours. So what we try to do is focus on the top 2, 3, max 4 features that would reflect our thinking through the app.
Gotcha. I just thought it was like a general industry thing.
Oh no, I think ideally you build everything, but I mean, ruthless prioritization is essential when you're creating an MVP.
That's a very unique way to say that.
What?
I think the other way to think about this, outside of the way Hope has described it, is when you're building out something for your portfolio, and because we do this for fun, but these are
Yeah.
also sometimes really great portfolio pieces because you walk through the whole entire design process. So we want to highlight and work on features that can like really flex your product design skills, your UX skills, and things like that. So we want to talk about features that would be great portfolio pieces, either, or it could be something that's just really fun for us to build, or it could just be like super funny to like put in maybe memes or funny text, just something that would bring us joy as we're building this. So that's kind of the way that we can go about looking at how we're picking this. The other, as far as like for this session, as far as like the product design challenge, when you're doing this in the workplace, there are usually a lot of different features that you have to manage, and find different ways to prioritize the others so that you can roll out and continuously build without feeling burnt out. So the same process that we're doing here is what you would do in the workplace. You would typically have
Have a what?
what happened? Okay, am I back now? No.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yes,
hear
you
me?
are.
I keep getting messages that my speaker setup is changing. Okay, whatever. Um, anyway, you would have a stakeholder come in and say like, "Oh, I think this is super important because of research or because of whatever." So we're kind of mimicking that here, but the stakes aren't that high because we're doing this for fun. But it is a good practice to try to find like the most important features, um, as we go through this. And it seems like we're already, from like my viewpoint, we're doing that. I think we're doing a good job. I'm seeing lots of votes for the in-app messages. It's like a tie between in-app messages and the dashboard. Recommendations and cost splitting calculator is also in a tie. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote and break some of these ties.
I have voted 3 times.
Okay, so you got one more vote because I think Hope said
Four.
4 votes.
Okay, I will add another vote.
Dun, 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 dun. I
What underneath?
Oh, I think Hope grouped them so that all the similar.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to see what's there.
Okay.
No, I will take one from here.
I don't remember how many times. I think I voted 4 times. Okay.
I voted 4 times.
Okay, so wow. Okay, so dashboard. Can I not count? That's 4, 4, 5, 5. So we have in-app messages, recommendation, and dashboard is our top 3 features. Did we say we were doing 3 or 4 features, Hope?
think we should do 3.
Okay.
But the thing is, you can't. I don't think we can ignore this part. Like, can we? I guess we
Well,
can. We can do whatever we
we
want.
can highlight. It depends on how we build out the dashboard. Like the dashboard could be like,
Oh, this too.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, but we focus on the intro.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Peace. Okay. Well, if it's three, it's technically these three, right?
Yep.
All right. Let's do that. So let's. What is this? Dashboard
Yeah, dashboard.
recommendations.
I thought you said
And
Rock Nation. I'm just like, that is not what we're talking about. But recommendation is what you're saying.
the last thing is messaging is save key. Save key. Simplicity is key. All right, so those are the three features that we'll be building today. All right, let's move on to the next section. So if you move over to the right a little, you'll see that we have a design library that we have for UIs that we don't usually use, but we do have these principles. So basically, we want to describe the feeling, emotion, that we want our applications to evoke, or design principles we should have when we're creating this. For example, or this is what it was before, but I guess when you
Usability. The principles were good. Also, I would like to add usability. For example, sitting is deleted. I haven't seen all of them, but usability is like one of the design principles that I would add.
Oh, I think that's a great one to add because I think we talk about it sometimes, but we never call it out. Making sure that the colors are accessible, and like easy to read and things like that. That's a great one. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, I'm trying also to. I'm working on my portfolio, and I'm reiterating all of my projects and try to make my products more usable. And because sometimes we avoid that.
Yeah.
We just make our assumptions and we just use our biases.
Ease of use. So when I think about trips, I think about exploration. So wonder, I don't know. I feel it should be exciting. Effortless structure, is that a thing? Like, I know there's a lot of logistics, but I don't want to feel like there's a lot of logistics happening. I just want it to show up when I need it, next. So concierge like, is that the right word? Concierge. All right. Concierge-esque. Is there like a list of design principles we can like, because I don't know, I feel like I'm making up design principles. There's only 7 according to 99 designs. Emphasis, balance, contrast. Nah, I mean, these in a sense, these aren't like principles, they're more like values.
Minimal design, clean and minimal design.
We probably need to rename this. Let's do that. This is at this point that's preferential, but I think everything nowadays is clean and minimal. All right, let's move on to images. So because picking colors is very hard for me, what we like to do is we like to look at the real world and
Yeah, real world. Same idea.
use that as inspiration for the color palette that would best fit this type of app. Also, we probably need a name at some point. So this is where like our creative juices flow and we magically find a great name and color scheme. So if you want, you can go to Google and drop an image that describes group trips for you. Yeah, and hopefully from there we can get a good inspiration.
What kind of Unsplash are you using? Unsplash?
You can get any image on the internet of a group trip, like so.
I don't know. I found one. I will just drop it in. This is my first image that I found it on Unsplash.
Yeah. Excitement.
I'm not quite sure what that is, but typically for this section, when we like some of the words that we came up with to like describe the principles, like the principles and values, like we want to just like Google those and find images that like represent that, and then we use that to kind of build out the color palette.
What is wonder though? And I didn't clean minimal. If I search clean, I'm gonna get bounty images. I just want you to understand what's happening right now. Ooh, we could definitely do that. We could be like a hotel with the concierge alike. But modern hotels are upscale. Are we trying to be upscale? Or you want to we could do that. Upscale. Some golds and let's see. All right. Let's move on to the next part. All right.
So this is typically like my favorite part of this, because I really enjoy colors. Let me see if I could pull up some examples while we're getting motivation for this.
Don't let me pick the colors. Y'all know that.
Hope has historically picked very unique color
I'm colorblind.
combinations.
Even though I can see.
You could be colorblind based off of some of the colors I've seen you pick, but you know, that's okay. We're here to support and help each other along the way. I think one of my favorite color palettes that Hope put together had to be the alien one. Slight detour, but this is the color palette that Hope typically always picks. These are always his colors. It's his signature move. So if you ever see anything out in the wild with these colors used this way, there's a 99% chance Hope was the creator. Now let's go ahead and go back to our regular programming and back to where we were.
No, I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, you can change them.
I'm also really bad at colors, so I'm just trying to learn.
So one thing that helps me with
I'm
color.
working on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm also trying to create a color palette, something like nature colors.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. No worries. Just maybe you like it. I like colors.
Yeah, one of the things that helps me with picking colors and understanding how to use them is using different tools like coolers, colors. It's
Yeah,
cool.
I use that also sometimes.
The thing about it, I think that kind of tripped me up is like when I made my first like design, I got all the way to the end, and when it was critiqued, someone told me to consider accessibility, so nothing, and it wasn't accessible at all. So I guess I'm just trying to learn how to do that from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things I'm trying to think of like how I can show you this. Um, maybe I can. Oh, okay. So this is actually a really good example. So with Tech by Choice, like we're always trying to do very collaborative together things, and we have a program called TBC Together, and we work on open source projects from like research and design all the way out to pushing it into production. So open source work, most people think it's just devs doing things, but for us, it's everyone. And so one of our very first programs was like doing the Tech by Choice rebranding. And so we went through a lot of the same steps that we went through today, but it just like in more detail, so more fleshed out. And I think the person that we were working with, Alex, did a really great job at coming up with like branding and colors. And the way he did it was really cool. So he came up with like keywords that describe the community after he did some research. He found images that he searched on like splash page and things like that that conveyed those images. And then he used like found color pickers. Some of the images are not loading. This is a huge foul. But he found some colors that helped tell that story. And then he went through this exploration of color here, which I thought was really cool in the way he laid it out. And then he also laid out everything like from the fonts that we were going to use and like what they would look like. And he started to like play around. We did multiple iterations of this until we got to the colors that we ended up deciding with. But he was able to do this and find different imagery to describe the community, right? And so a part of that was him. I don't know if it's shown here. I don't know where the file is. Oh, shoot, it's not here. I think a part is it here? Oh shoot, it's not here. But a part of this workflow that we did is we tried out different colors and put font over those colors. I think this is a good way to describe it. So what he did is he picked like the primary colors, and then he picked like the secondary color, the neutral colors. And then we decided like what would be the font color, what would be the background colors, and how they would work together. So when we're going through for this product design challenge, what we can do is as we're picking the colors, we can say like what color would be the background, like will it be the white or this off brown color. And then when we start talking about the text, there's a couple of tools that you could use to help you understand like what color text you should use. So I don't know if Figma has this. They don't. But I know if you look in a browser to see if something is accessible or not, if you look at the color, it'll tell you if it passes. There are other websites.
I'm sorry.
No, go
You,
ahead.
Figma does have one, but I don't think it's on the desktop version. Well, or the mobile version. It's on like the desktop app.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I would use those plugins and make sure that the whatever color choices you pick, you put the text over the color and then use those tools to say like, is this accessible or not? So I say all of that to say like, when you're picking out the colors and the fonts, that's when you would start to test like, is this accessible or not? I know just from practice that with yellow, you never want to have white text in front of it or any like light color. Even if you do light text, this white over blue, this might pass, but it might not. Um, but yeah, just doing color checkers like that at this stage would be really helpful. And make sure you're checking it against the font you're actually use, because sometimes thinner font will fail accessibility checks, but thicker font may pass it.
That's a good piece of advice. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm using also there are some plugins, and also if you Google it, there are some services that are going to check your projects and tell you this is not really usable, or you can make some changes here and make a more like dark color for that font. Like there are some good services on the market, like free services for usability. I used to struggle a lot at the beginning, like you, Fatima.
Thank you. I'll look into it. I didn't know those existed.
You can add me on Instagram or on LinkedIn, and I can send you links, or I can help you.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's a really cool question. Let's see. Where are we with picking colors? I feel like maybe Hope has given this task to me indirectly, right? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, I gave it my best. So this blue really represents the waves of friendship that you're going to occur during your trip. This yellow represents the sun that will shine on your relationship, and this light tan is the beach, the sand of time that will occur during this trip. All right, but yeah, you got it.
Okay, these are great ideas. What I would do is I really like this blue. I'm a big fan of like blue and yellow. If you ever see a color palette in this project and there's blue, yellows, and greens, there's a 99% chance that I have created this. Um, but I do like the blue, it stands out. These blues and orange looks good. I really like this color black. And what I typically do and look for is like having font colors. So I would want this to be the font color, this off black. If, whoa, that's not what I copied. This black here. So that would be like what the text would look like on a white background, which I think is cool. And then we have our primary color, which would probably be like a brand color, and then like a secondary color is always something good. Since we like the idea of the yellow, I'm going to go with Hope's storyline. I'm going to try to find a yellow that is not that intense. Apparently this blue just, oh, this is a good shade here. And then I just like to play around with it to see what options I have to make sure that it's not overwhelming and that the primary color still looks primary. So I'm just going to alter this a little bit because they're both equally as strong. This is a nice substitution, and the black text still looks good on this box. So I'm happy with that. So Hope, you actually picked out some great colors today. Great job.
Shout out to my eyes.
So yeah. So now we have our colors. This is actually a really great color palette. Great job, Hope.
Starting from the bottom.
Couldn't understand you. Still muffled.
Starting from the bottom.
Started from the bottom. You did. You really did. All right. Um, so we try to pick out. Should we start designing? Because we have like about an hour left for that. Let's do it. So we have our colors. We have Hope has done a great job of setting up the wireframing part for us. By putting down like the task and what is expected for each frame. I think we need to just do some like expectation setting for this go around. We should just be focusing on wireframes. We don't have to make it like high fidelity. We can add colors here and there and add font, but don't feel like you have to be a really great designer. Oh my God, what did I just do? See, whoa. Why is this? This is a. How do
Sorry,
you? Yeah,
I did it. I removed it. I'm sorry.
the auto layout. Okay, okay. See, whenever you panic and something's not. Oh, I'm still panicking. But this is so cool. Anyway. So don't worry about making this like pixel perfect. We can just go ahead and make it so that we get a good idea of what's going on by using boxes and squares. And then we can come in and make it more official and add color as we go. So yeah. So expectation setting is just wireframes. And we can break down the screens and just say like who's going to be working on what. I don't. How did you do this? How do you? Oh, okay, never mind. So yeah, so is there anyone who would like to work on the trip setup page? We typically pair together to do the design part. So if you would like to work on a certain screen, we might need to just do this. Hold on. iPhone 8. If anyone would like to work on the trip page, you can go ahead and add your name to the top and start working. We'll do the same for the dashboard, recommendations, messaging, and what is app template? Hope.
Is this the trip page?
Yes. And then, is iPhone 8 the newest iPhone or am I outdated?
Yeah, very. It's like 13 out now.
Oh, I know things. I promise I work in tech. Because I was looking at that, I'm like, I don't remember iPhone things being this small. I don't know what's going on, but okay, so everyone can just go ahead and start to build on the screens that we have laid out here. So that way we can like work together and start to build out the different designs. Since we're streaming on YouTube, I can't play, oh, I can play lo-fi beats, right? And not get a cease and desist letter, I think. Coachella's today, like day one. I didn't know you could just watch Coachella from YouTube.
If life were like web design,
Sorry. Please let me know if the music is too low or too high.
Oh, I was muted this whole time. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you
is
hear
it-
me?
Yes, yes.
I
Is it
can't hear
too?
you. I can't hear it at all.
You can't hear it. Oh, that's right. Zoom is like special.
I hear it a little.
A little. Well, you'll probably only hear it when I'm speaking because Zoom does a thing so that it focuses on the audio. So I'm gonna have to stop sharing and start sharing again. 1 second.
Or I can share it. Okay. All right. So what we're doing now is I'm just going to add boxes to represent what should be on each page. Yeah. Upcoming trip. What is trip
Oh.
planning?
Wait, Hope, you wanted to share your screen?
It's not safe.
Okay. Okay, I will fix this.
I can share music though. Music is safe.
No, it's okay. Share sound. I'm going to share my screen and you should hear the sound at the same time. Please let me know if I should lower the sound. Too loud, too low.
It's good. I feel at ease.
Chill
Right.
vibes. For the NFT project that we're working on, it's called Community, like I said before, and we're actually going to build out the Meta Tea House, or a Meta Tea House, in the metaverse. So that way, when we're doing sessions like this, if people want to, we can have like a actual place in the metaverse to run these events, or just like have fun and hang out for random reasons. Why was I saying this? Oh, I was saying this because like it's definitely pulling off the meta vibes, meta tea house vibes, coffee house vibes with this music. If I mute myself because I'm gonna just keep rambling, you can still hear the music, right?
Yeah. But you can also rap.
Do people want that? Do people really want to hear my internal dialogue?
Yeah. It's not hurting anyone. Messaging. What other things?
So does everyone have a... Oh no! Is Mary still here? Same.
Nope, she left.
Okay. Also, thank you everyone who is still here hanging out with us. This is a really cool session. We've been doing these sessions on Clubhouse for a little over a year now. We recently moved from Clubhouse to doing these sessions in Zoom, which is different and new, and I feel like today's session has been super awesome. Thanks to all of you amazing people who are here today. Yeah. Says I have no microphone. Oh. I see the issue. I'm somehow connected to a Discord video chat this whole entire time.
here, we probably want um, what do you think, Alana?
Okay.
Okay, I added a
Where's where? You added a what?
wireframe recommendation.
Oh, where are you?
A template.
Oh,
That's awesome.
wait, did you just do this?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, kind of.
I think that is good. I think Alana, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying anything. I was just trying to hope it was still thinking.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is someone working on all of the screens, or should I jump in and help out with anything? Would anyone?
I'm doing now the messaging screen, the wireframe.
The messaging screen? Okay.
Yes, so I just added the recommendation tree, and now I'm doing kind of similar a screen for messaging.
Okay. Okay.
I did some wireframes on paper during your presentation about Web3 and stuff like this. You know, that's why I was so ready in Figma.
Oh, that's so cool. I never thought about doing like paper wireframes as a part of this process.
So when you people came in, you repeated everything that we were doing it. So I had time to draw some small wireframe on paper. That's why I was quiet for like a few minutes.
Okay, okay, I see. Really cool.
We want to.
My stomach is growling so loud. What's everyone gonna eat today? I'm sorry, what were you saying, Ho?
I had a question.
You do? What is it?
So the question is, which would be the better layout? And this refers to in search of recommendations. So as a user, I want to be able to search for these different types of things, right? So right now, all the recommendations, I think these are actual trip recommendations. So these are like locations. But I think what I was doing here was not trips, but the actual components of the trip. So it's like these are flight recommendations, these are transportation recommendations. And so there's no question between these two. Actually, it was internal. So the question I'm asking is, should we have like a tab up here that like lists out all of these things like flights, transportation, and then you can just scroll and see the different things that you can search for. And then they pop up here as popular, and then, or should it all be like laid out on the screen? So like this is flights, and then this is okay.
You don't even know what's going on, Hope.
You're answering my question as we speak. So
So if we think back to like why, like the persona, right? This person is easily overwhelmed. They, my stomach is really, I'm really hungry. They're easily overwhelmed and their friends are super flaky. And if we add a lot of information to this page, I would be nervous that it would become too overwhelming for them and they would just give up. So because of this, I would want to limit like what they see as much as possible. So I like the idea that you have about like having tabs here that you can like swipe through to see, and as you tap on different tabs, you get different, you see different screens, right? So ideally, like this app should be one that helps us, what's it called, like plan and navigate your trip. So I could definitely see these tabs being in the order that you would do to book your plan a trip. And like the app could be what's the word, intricate enough to know like, hey, if you're at this step, well,
yeah,
never mind, it's not.
only show things that have not been done yet.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying. But to show this, what I would do is actually do something like this. So you can see that there's like different tabs. I
So
don't
like
know.
a lighter
how
gray,
to-
a lighter gray.
Yeah, I don't know how to visually show that there's like tabs that you could slide to get. Outside of doing something like this. Oops. Yeah, something like this to show like, hey, there's other options out there. Or there's other things that you could pick.
Oh yeah. And I guess if they do have it selected, you can type light selected and something at the bottom, next step.
See, this is where I stop at my design process because I don't make things as pretty as possible. But the overall idea is there. How are we feeling about the other pages that we're building out? This is a great question, Hope. Did I actually answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we going to Mexico? I was just assuming. I really didn't know where we were going.
I thought we were going to New Orleans.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's do that for our next trip to New Orleans.
I've been doing tweet updates about this project.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be really cool. No one has to do this right now, but like after we're all done and when you have some free time, would love it if folks could like screenshot their favorite part of today's session and like tweet it. Definitely not a requirement, but it would just be cool. Cause I feel like I screenshot things that I think are really cool, but I never know how other people think.
I already posted on Instagram about this like 20 minutes ago. I made a photo. Wait a second. And I also tag you on Instagram.
Oh, let me check Instagram.
Okay. I made a photo when we were brainstorming features like IMT Designer, design event with Tech by Choice org. I think Hope was organizing the features when I did the photo.
Oh, this is so cool. I see it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I always forget about Instagram.
In Europe, we use a lot Instagram and LinkedIn. I don't have personally. I don't have a Twitter account yet, but I'm going to do this as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, no worries. I think a lot of people use Instagram too. I'm just really bad about it.
I used to live in USA also, but I have never used Twitter before. I don't know why.
I think Twitter is good and it could just be very time consuming. So you might be saving a lot of time and doing more by not being on it. I do think Twitter is a really cool platform to help with networking. I actually met a lot of cool people through Twitter. Landed some really great like speaking gigs through Twitter. That also led to me getting a few jobs. I think I landed 2 jobs through speaking events that I got through Twitter. So, networking is powerful through social media, but always just take on whatever brings you joy and forget the rest.
I also have the messaging wireframe.
These wireframes are looking good.
Yeah, alignment is not perfect, but the color usually when I'm making wireframes, I have a set of colors for each project. An image has a color, text has a color. Like I usually use dark colors, gray, white, and black for my wireframe most of the time.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And I know like with Figma you can have like colors.
I like this.
Like branded
So
colors.
y'all are describing this upcoming trip should have its own thing in the bottom tab. So I'm going to add it. Let's do this. Let's auto lay out this bad boy. Let's add another item.
I'm so amazed that you know how to do auto layout. That sounds really bad. I say that, I feel like I should just explain that. Hope and I are developers. When we first started doing these sessions, we were actually learning from a whole bunch of designers on how to use these tools. And so we've had a couple of sessions on how to mask in Figma, how to use auto layout, how to do some of the more complex things with like, what are they, variables with Figma. And like over the year that we've been using it, our skills have improved. So I think it's really cool that we got to this point. And I think over the time too, the other people that we were doing these events with, we've seen them grow with their skill sets as well. So
Gotten jobs.
yeah.
Great.
Huh?
Yeah, auto layout is super good. Like, helps a lot. You save a lot of time when you're designing new things. And also, it happens like it happened to me before. You see, you are let's say you are designing for a desktop, and you are maybe adding sections, or you have a basic layout and distance between layouts. When I was not using layouts, I was adding something new, and I had to make changes to previous things, you know. And sometimes you make mistakes and you don't have the perfect alignment and perfect distances.
I'm trying to add icon. Fatima.
I was trying to copy that and put it on my screen, the bottom navigation bar.
Okay, so basically on this screen over here, so because I created this one, this frame right here is a
I didn't
component.
even see that.
It's let's call bottom. No, you don't want that. You want what I have highlighted right now, this whole thing.
Mhm.
It's a bottom navigation. I created it as a component so that when I edit this one, I edit the other one.
Oh, okay.
And so if you copy, if you delete this one, if you copy and paste this, copy this, and then click on your frame, it will automatically paste it in the same location.
Okay.
I don't know if it did, but
It's pasted.
oh no, okay, so I think you did paste it, but you pasted it in the same frame. Okay, so what you need to do is when you copy it, you copied it correctly. So then you need to click on the frame itself, like the entire, like select the frame, and then it will paste it in that new frame.
So
Ah, wonderful.
thank you.
All right, so then we're going to call this navigation item. Right, so then I'm going to add an icon. Let's add an icon. There's this plugin. I think it's called Iconify. What do I need? What should the dashboard be? What should the icon be?
I say just the eye emojis because it's just like, I feel like that's been the vibe of this app since the start, or at least it's been my vibe since we started. That's a creepy eye. Why couldn't you just like use emojis? That's cute.
You want to use
Everybody
emoji?
knows-
You want to use emoji?
Yeah, everyone knows what the eye emojis mean. It's just like, you know,
What does it
Well,
mean? So,
it means a lot of different things, but in this context,
I don't know about that one, but I will add it.
there. No, because
Thank-
like when we started, don't you remember? I'm like,
Why does it look like
for real, for real?
do auto, and then I can scale it. Scale it down, scale it down, scale it down. The eyes are the what is it? They're the gateway to the soul. Is you going for real? For real? All right. So now I'm going to
That's our tagline.
on the homepage. Put on the homepage. Tripella.
I almost ended Zoom.
Good thing you didn't.
Okay.
Is that? All right. So now I'm going to. I think there's a way to switch things up. So, is there a way? Paste to paste to replace. Okay. So if I copy this and I click on one of these thingamajiggies, I can. No, paste to replace. Boom. So there I have the navigation item, and I can just create the other ones. What emoji should this be? Messaging?
I'm just dropping links into the chat of stuff that we talked about today. So that way when I send out the follow-up email, I could just copy and paste from the nice little excerpt that that Zoom gives me at the end of the meeting. Let me mute.
Why can't I edit it? This one says it's a frame. Who did this? Put it in a frame.
You.
Not intentionally.
I think I never understood how to properly use frames. We should get,
That's what I'm using now.
a design guru in here.
That's me.
We should get a design guru.
They're respected. What should this be? Discover. Just gonna put an island time. I'm an island boy.
What is going on?
Discover. And then the last one, account. As you can see, I focus on things that matter greatly.
How are we doing on time? Okay, let's do a quick check-in. So we have the trip planning. Upcoming trips, New Orleans, Cancun. Oh, I'm loving this itinerary. Then we have the dashboard. We have book, flight, but hotel. I think this is really cool. Account should be person. A person. The little user emoji.
That's overdone.
So I think this is really cool to say like book your flight, book your hotel, and there's just really quick tasks that you could tap into, and I'm pretty sure it'd have more information or link you out to do those things. We do have the recommendations tab, so you can say like, hey, you select your flight, continue towards transportation. So like setting up your Ubers to pick you up after the flight, or if you're super fancy, maybe you can schedule a personal driver to drive you around, which is a different level of wealth that I have not unlocked yet. We'll get there one day. We have another variation of recommendations, which I think is really cool, and I could definitely see this screen popping up prior to you booking your trip. Like maybe you're trying to figure out where you want to go, and you can get some recommendations of where to go. I think one thing that's really cool and very a part of our like everyday life is like understanding what the COVID restrictions are for the different places would be very important. And then the other screen that we have here is the messaging screen. So that way we can have all of the details around trip planning in one place versus a group chat that could get things lost. I think these are awesome.
Something like a WhatsApp, the group, something like WhatsApp, for example, or Messenger.
Yeah.
That was my thought.
Yeah, I like that because I know that with friends who typically go on trips, they're probably talking to each other in multiple different places, and to have one single group chat focus on just traveling plans, I think it's awesome. This is looking like a very pretty solid app so far. What's another way to say like you had an, oh, I could Google this, never mind.
I wanted to add one more. I think that was the whole point of this. I wanted to add my trips so that it would link to the upcoming trips.
Hope, you're a person who knows words and reads books. How would you say you had a great time?
Ciao. What in one word?
Or a phrase. Doesn't have to just be one word.
Didn't you just say that? It was a swell experience. I enjoyed myself. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness.
See, your words are not wording today.
You need to hit me with like a level 17 question. I mean, expressing emotion, that should be natural and come from the heart. I'm just gonna put this emoji because I don't know what else to put. Also, I don't like the way this is centered. There's something here. Aha. Like, why is this not centered?
I think things are looking good. I'm gonna start adding some colors. Why did this update everything?
Yeah, you did the instance. You need to do to the original component. This is the main one right here.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm assuming you want the text to be white, so let's do that. If you really wanted it to be. Oh, not white, the yellow, right? We're using the yellow.
No, yellow would be active. So
Good to know.
so for this page, I can't do it because it's the main instance,
Which one?
but I think
What are we doing in New Orleans? We are going to Jazz Club. Let's see. Yeah, maybe this text is too big. What is this? This is next task. Or this is not Asana. Oh my god. This Kabooey. Let's give this room to breathe. So we're going to make this bigger, this wider. So here. And And since this one is curved, let's make this one curved. So this one is 10. Let's make this one 10. Ooh, all right. And there's this plugin I use. It's called Unsplash, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, it's on Splash.
Yeah, they have a plugin where you can easily bring in stuff. So we can search for flight, and boom, now we have a flight thing here. Make it look pretty. I think we need this, but maybe we want to change the item width of this. This. We just need this to be matching. Let's make this auto. All right, so now matching the width and height. That's here, sure. Boom. Book flight. Oh, what I wanted to add was actually, what if you already completed it? So let's add a nice little completion or not. Okay. So this is a circle, circle. We need to let the user know that it is in their best interest to complete it, because then they'll get a nice little response from the UI. Where am I? This up and smaller. Here, right. Build. Awesome. So now
Like
this,
green check mark or something.
what'd you say?
Like a green check mark to show that it's done.
Yeah, but if it's not done, what do we do? So we do like a stroke.
Do you have pending sign? Or like a warning? Or you know how we said that we wanted to do reminders? I feel like there should be a red, green, yellow type of indicator to say like, hey, this needs to be done like now, versus like you got some time to like chill and vibe and just do it when you can. Versus like green being the fact that you did it and it's done.
Okay. So I will replace this with emoji. The emoji will be the caution sign, right? Caution. Because we speak emoji.
I think that's a very millennial thing to expect. Or is that Gen Z? I forget. Who knows?
Emojis are universal, so I don't like the resolution on this though. What color are these cards gonna be? Oh, this is 5.
The cards, they can be, I don't know. Are the cards components?
Not yet. About to be. Did someone just make it one?
No.
They're about to be. How do we make this a component? That was not grouped. So right click, create component. Boom, I have a component. So let's duplicate this. Look. See, this is bad design because I did not take into account the fact that this could be longer, or this spans multiple lines. So
I don't think it's bad design. It's design. I was trying to make a joke about Raisin in the Sun, like design unfulfilled, but I forgot the line of Raisin in the Sun. I'm making a loading screen. You know who I thought about the other day?
So, Lilica?
Who?
Lilica?
No, I didn't. I thought about her today when I went to the your infamous design where she like had a moment with you. It's like, who did that and why? No, but I was thinking of Jennifer. That's her name.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
The rats. Because she was the one who told us like how her process of finding the right font and how she created like this system of fonts that go well together and like how she finds them.
Mhm.
And I feel like even though she went through that process with us and told us how she does it, I still just go through all the Google fonts and I'm just like, oh, that looks great. Have no real system for this.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I did. It seems like a it just grew. It grew beyond our desires. I want this to align this in some way. Let's arrange transportation.
My suggestion for to-do list, I think that the book flight and the little icon was good like was before, like one next to each other looks better.
I agree. Okay.
How are people feeling about this process that we went through today?
The first time I've ever really done it with other people, so I'm new at this.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Let me pause the music. For some reason, it's very hard to hear you.
Oh, I was just saying it's a really good process for me because I'm new at this whole thing and I've never really done this with other people to hear their ideas.
Oh, that's awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Even though I've been working in tech for a while, I'm a developer, but I actually started off in UX design before I jumped into being a dev. And even with like my background, I feel like these sessions are really helpful because it reminds me how do I talk to the PMs that I work with, the designers that I work with, and all of these other people. So I think it's just a really good practice to have at every skill level and every part of your tech journey.
Why is this not aligning left? Because it is not aligned left. All right. There we go. And this,
It's not possible to paste. I want to add the images for the book hotel also. Like I am trying to do my side also, because there is a lot of work.
oh,
Is this
it-
component?
and right here? Yeah, so you can just, what are you trying to do? So if you click on that image, yeah, there you go.
I'm just trying to add some images. You know, looks better.
Nice.
We don't have to make it perfect, but at least to have some high fidelity.
I think this looks good. We always say that the expectation is just wireframes, but we always do the most, and I love that. I love that we break rules and have fun and do whatever we want because, you know, we're just learning. Pretty sure I only needed to hit one of these.
I'm about to wireframe it up. Or I mean, prototype it up. So I'm going to connect the different screens to each other. So if you click on the,
Look at you flexing in the last few minutes of this session.
so we're going to go from starter to the home screen, and then from the home screen, so the dashboard thing should link to the dashboard page. I don't even know how to do this. Come on. You can do it. It's not working. Oh, this is not the main component. This is the main component. What happened to my main component? Let's go to the main component. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Do y'all see this? Y'all see how there's something here. You filled something, but it was not the right thing.
Me?
No, me.
Okay. I filled the starter images.
Wait, Hope, who were you talking to?
I think it was Valerie.
Okay. So what did I do?
Nah, it wasn't pixel perfect, that's all.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm going to remove this so that, all right. So then what I want to do was prototype. So what happens now is when you click on dashboard, it will take you to the dashboard. When you click on messaging, it will take you to.
Can you screen share to show how to prototype? Because I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and give you the ability to share.
No need, because I already have it. Too much power. All right, so what we're looking at here is we're going to prototype it up. So basically from the design mode, you go to prototype mode, and in prototype mode, you can select a frame and this little pop-up thing will show up, or this plus sign, and it allows you connecting. So from starter, it'll connect you to this. And so what I did is I moved the bottom navigation down out here. This is the main component. So basically when I add prototype animations here, it will basically allow all of these to have the same thing. So the first one is when you click on dashboard, you want it to go to the dashboard page. When you click on messaging, we want it to go to messaging. As you can see, messaging is all the way over here. Maybe it's too much to drag, so I will add it manually. So in this interaction on click, we want it to navigate to a new page, and the page we care about is messaging. As you can see, it's the boom. instead of having to drag, you can manually do that. You can actually do animations as well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that for all the rest of them. So discover is which page? I guess this one. So let's just do that. Discover here. My trips is here, right? Oh, and then account, we don't have that. But maybe the tripellas, we want them all to go back to the dashboard or something. And name of the group. How do we get to this page? So the trip recommendations is right here. So I'm just gonna do on click on one of these things. It will just take you there. Will it? Will it though? It didn't like that. Let's do this. Let's do this one, and then let's do each one of these. Let's group them. You can also Command G. What about? What else is left? How do we get back? I guess there's a dashboard thing here. Oh, there's to-do lists, upcoming events. Yeah, we could have done an events page. We could have done a list item page. Not necessary. Messaging. Okay. So now that we have everything prototyped, we can see all these wonderful lines everywhere. We can press that play button. That play button will allow us to see our prototype from the beginning. So Tripella, is you going for real? And if you click anywhere, it should show you what you can click on. So we go to messaging. Oh, okay. Now we go to dashboard and we go to discover. Continue transportation. We could put an animation for this. But we don't need to. Oh, you see that? So on one of them, I definitely click smart animate. I wish I could smart animate all the things. Let's do that. Let's make it pretty. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't think it will, because I don't think you can select multiple interactions at a time. But you could go through and smart animate everything, and it would be cool. So now when we go here, it's smart animating in between things. It just looked cool. That's about it. Someone messaged some things. Colors and stuff. All right. Do we want to add colors here? Shouldn't this be like blue? The main blue. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, let's make it the main blue. Although we haven't used the blue anywhere outside of the front. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. Don't do that. Undo that.
And should this scroll to the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, look at you making design improvements.
I know why you did this, because you didn't want to do the other lines.
I was being lazy and you caught me.
What's up? If you're trying to see what we're doing, you can go to the Zoom link.
Hi, I just wanted to get in here and say I remember, I think like maybe in December, September. I came into Figma and showroom, right? And I got on Figma for the first time. And now I am getting into a career path that uses Figma. So low-key, I want to thank you for introducing me to Figma. Because I didn't even know this existed. But now I'm learning. So thanks.
That's great. Awesome. We're doing a session right now, but I appreciate you.
Also, I highly recommend the Figma community. There is lots of work there. I really like it, and it's really helpful for everyone who's designing on Figma community.
Is that like a website?
Oh yeah. If you just go to the Figma, if you're in Figma, you can go to your homepage, and on the left, you can explore the community.
I will add the link to the Figma community in the messages right now.
Thanks. What are you guys doing?
Oh, so we just built a group planning app, and like a group trip planning app. How about that? Called
Do
Trip.
you do these all the time?
We do this every month, and we do portfolio reviews, and then we do design and minting sessions every month as well. So.
I'm not as advanced because like I said, I'm still learning, but I'd like to learn a bit more if this is like a learning opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Pin the link to Tech by Choice, so they can join the community and then get updates for the future events.
Yeah.
Adding the link to Tech by Choice now.
Awesome.
I have added a link with the Figma community with my Instagram. So when everybody has a question, feel free to chat with me. And also a link to techbychoice.org.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I guess what else do we have left? Oh, so how do we usually end this?
How do we end this? Did you start the portfolio? I mean, not the prototype. You did, right?
We can see the prototype. There is the button link. Yeah, there we go.
So we're able to click through, and we not only did we design some amazing screens based off of problem statements we had, but we also created a prototype at the end of the session. So I think by all accounts, we achieved multiple goals today of learning how to think about design, how to think about product, and how to work together, work together in Figma. So I think this was a very successful session. I could definitely see us trying to build something like this out in our dev and chill sessions. And so wanted to say before we end out today, thank you everyone who has showed up today and stayed and built with us. It was really great. Like I said, as long as you signed up for our session through Eventbrite, I have your email, I have your contact information. So I will be sending out an email with some follow-up links around the stuff we talked about today, from accessibility to color pickers and things like that. And I will also send out links to make sure that people stay up to date with our events. Hope, do you mind? I'm going to share my screen really quickly. So we do have monthly events where we hang out together and do different things, collaborate together like we did today. We have our dev and chill session where we jump into some code, same way we did today. But instead of it being design, it's code focused. And we accept all skill levels just like we did today. We also have our portfolio reviews where we check out your resume, We check out your portfolio sites for anyone who's a dev or designer or anything in between or beyond that. And those are typically every first Saturday. Yeah. And we set that up and we review and give feedback so people can make sure that they are job ready. We also have our Figma and Chill session. So we use today's we use Figma today to do something a little bit more serious, but sometimes we like to just hang out and build memes. And we want to talk and onboard people to Web3. So in these sessions, we'll create some funny memes around different themes. And then at the end of it, we will set up people's wallets and mint it into our Figma and Chill Holoplex. Do you have that link, Hope?
Figma No Chills Holoplex.
Is it .com?
Yeah.
So after we get done making our memes, we'll pick the best meme of the night and add it to our community wallet or our community store. So if anyone buys any of these NFTs, because of the way smart contracts work and the way that we set up our store, you get all of the money that is made for any art that gets sold through our Figma No Chills minting site. So we definitely have a couple of fun themes set up. We do get a little bit more unprofessional with our Figma and Chill sessions. So if you really just want to vibe out, hang out, laugh, and make jokes, I highly suggest coming to our Figma and Chill minting editions. But yeah, we have a lot of other great events that we are planning for the next quarter or for the spring season. One about sales, tech sales, and then another one around discrimination in the workplace and how do you combat that and what do you do. But for now, I would like to just enjoy the fact that we spent time together today and built this amazing tool.
This is where we tweet out the work.
Yes, yes.
Check out the prototype.
Yeah, tweet out. I don't have the option to stop sharing my screen randomly.
Yes, you do.
I do. It's on the wrong screen. Stop sharing. All right. This is great. If anyone would like to be tagged in the Twitter thread to say that you were there, please go ahead and drop your Twitter account or your IG. We will start posting on IG and Twitter after these sessions so that we can tag people who have been involved, and we'll make sure to follow you back on all platforms.
Yeah, you already followed me, and thank you for following me and for reposting.
Mm-hmm. No
Yes, that will be wonderful if you are going to tag me on Instagram. I don't have a Twitter, as I said. But thank you for the event and for everything. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank
Casey
you
did.
for sending me your Twitter, Hope. I did not know that. If you didn't send that to me at all. No, I really enjoyed hanging out with everyone. I want to do. Let me stop recording. Okay, bye everyone on YouTube. Bye. Stop recording. Okay, now I can play a song.
Oh, we can debrief. We can have a. What did you guys like about the session? What did you not like? How would you improve the session? I would really want to know, to be honest. Wait, can you repeat that?
I don't think they were talking to us. You can